Hi, 143 fam. I'm Antonia. Thank you for being here. If you would like to win a free reading in the month of March, I'm going to be choosing two winners like I do every month. Leave me a comment below your video. Let me know that you have subscribed, and I will announce winners at the very end of the month. Make sure that you pay attention to my comment back to you. That's how I'm going to announce winners at the end of March. I am also available in March for readings, healing sessions, and custom candles. I will have availability after March 5th. So if that's something that you would like to book with me, check out my website, urbansoulguru.com. I'll have that link in the description box below. Now let's jump in to your March 2019 horoscopes. Hi, Scorpio. We're going to start with your general overview, and then we're going to jump into your love reading. From there, I'll have timestamps down below. Scorpio, general overview, March 2019. I'm feeling some commitments. And even though this is your general overview, it's trying to pop here. Focus on service. Not quite, but Scorpio, I'm feeling love. I'm feeling really big love for you. It's dominating even the general reading right now. Big commitments. Have you just... Do you see this? This is the big commitment energy that I'm talking about. Let's get a few more shuffles in here. Have you recently proposed to somebody? Has somebody showed up with a big offer for you? This feels very significant, Scorpio. And it may be somebody new, and this may have happened very quickly, but it's still very blessed, so don't dismiss that. For others of you, the big contracts and commitments come through for work, but there's also a lot of love there. There's a lot of love, respectful love, with boundaries love, because it's a work situation, but it's a very positive environment for you. Scorpio overview, general overview for March 19. Let's get a little more clarity on this. Family's at the core of it, huh? Have you been talking about having a family with somebody? Do you see somebody as family, this new committed partner? Do you just feel really at home with them? I mean, there's so much love here. We have family, then see only love. I think you see more than just love. I think you see a future with this person. You see a family with this person. I'm telling you, comes through very strong. Okay, Scorpio, in regards to family and love, there's nothing to worry about. Archangel Michael comes through with this card. You're blessed. You are protected. It's all good, okay? Whether you're newly committed to somebody, you've been in a commitment for a long time with somebody, you have extra protection around your family right now, whether that's in relation to love or that's just family in general. Friends that are like family, but very, very protected energy. If you have worries, I'm getting worries around somebody's health. I'm seeing something resolve, somebody getting the best care. Some of you are worrying about children. They're okay. They're going to be okay. All right. So there's a lot of protection. Please exercise your free will and specifically ask Archangel Michael to continue to watch over you and your family and anybody that you have some sort of concern about. Okay. This also applies to business. This applies to anything across the board. This could be your own health, but I'm not really getting that. I'm getting somebody close to you, but there's a lot of love here. So in terms of business, there's still this, wow, I said that, and that just flew across the room. There is this family dynamic even at work. It's like you are infusing love into everything. Love for what you do, love and appreciation and gratitude for the people on your team that make up the business that you own or that you're a part of. It's like, or you're moving toward that, but this feels like it's already here. Okay, let me get this card for you, Scorpio. Okay, so with family, in terms of this family dynamic at work, you have a divinely inspired idea, and it may have already come to fruition. So this could be a new business. This could be an existing business, but you've decided you want this at the core. So maybe you've brought family into a creative project, a new business. But I'm seeing this work out really beautifully. It's like you love the environment, but you have created it. You have shaped it through very conscious love, high level love. Remembering that in your interactions with people, okay? Remembering what it was like in the past to have more of a toxic environment. Even if you're working for somebody else, it's like, even if there are situations that have been difficult, are still difficult, you've chosen to look at it all differently. You recognize that your thoughts and your reactions to things manifest at a very high level, especially now, Scorpio. You have a deep understanding of this. So instead of getting frustrated, it's like you infuse love, even if it's just the thoughts that you have, the love, the compassion that you extend to people. So manifesting something bigger and better for you, especially at work. But sitting at the center of your reading is see only love and let your past go. I think for many of you, you've had to move on from either a relationship or a work environment that you outgrew. And it's time to let it go this month. It's time to let the energy go this month. It's time to really forgive it. But I feel like you're doing that. I feel like that's exactly where you're at. And that's where this family dynamic comes in. That's where Archangel Michael comes through and says, I got you. You're infusing love. And now all this good karma is coming back to you in the form of protection, in the form of success, in the form of divinely inspired ideas, okay? A family member may come to you with a great idea that you might want to move forward with. But because it's sitting at the center of your reading, there's still something in the past that you need to let go of. Now, it may be hard to transition from one phase of life into something new, a career transition. It could be a completely new career. It could just be a similar job at a different company, but you have some concerns as to whether or not you can handle that transition or the new responsibilities, the new business. You can. Have confidence in universe protecting you and looking over everything, watching over everything, even if you don't have confidence in yourself. But this is a good month to work on your self-esteem, to focus on self-love, because remember, you have the most powerful protector on your side. All situations that aren't of your highest good are probably going to be let go of now. But I think what the bigger issues, the bigger relationships and things that needed that you needed to cut ties with, I feel like you've already done this, okay? But now you're just going through the motions of maybe some grief if it's a romantic relationship, some anger if a business didn't work out, if you had to leave a job, the frustration because you weren't able to climb up a ladder as quickly as you were promised. Or I'm getting, for some of you, you were promised a certain amount of pay. They'd start you somewhere within 6 months, within a year. You were supposed to see your pay increase, and then they didn't fulfill their verbal agreements, and so you've moved on. You're moving on to something better, but there is still this healing process. Your goal this month is to forgive and to see love and compassion in whatever people were involved in the negative situation that you had to step away from, and to truly let your past go. As soon as you do that, and this will depend on your personal process. If you do it early in the month, you're going to start to see these new ideas and opportunities open up and start to flow for you. If it takes you all month, that's okay. The opportunities will present themselves in April. But it's really important not to rush your process, to really just like be in it, accept it, and make it a priority, okay? But your family's good. Be creating. If you have emotions flowing and you're struggling with some challenging emotions, right. You could honestly create something really big, incredibly relatable to other people. I'm seeing books, I'm seeing journaling, but I'm also seeing like online blogs. Are you a blogger of some sort? People who write columns, something like that is coming through for you, Scorpio. You may want to channel this experience that you're kind of working through right now into something creative, because you'll actually see some success come through it. You'll actually help other people that will be able to relate to whatever it is that you're going through. But crowning your whole reading is joy. Okay? So this is your result. You're going through your process, but I think you know that certain people had to go, certain situations had to go. And, bottom of the deck, we have heart chakra, okay? You're still healing heart. I get it. You're forgiving. You're going through it a little bit still. But I don't think you're so caught up. I think that you do accept that you're in some sort of a process of something ends for something, another opportunity to present itself, or a new love interest to present themselves. But this is where you're headed. All month long, though, you have joy crowning your whole reading all month long. And what I really love about this is Archangel Michael showing up for you. You have angels protecting you, particularly Archangel Michael. Do you see how big these energies are? Some of what you go into the month worried about and stressing over or grieving, you're barely going to think about by mid-month, by end of month, okay? I really see something getting resolved here, but you got to create. I'm also getting water and creation with this too, okay? Being a water sign, water will really inspire your creativity. Spend some time by the water. Go have fun with friends, with family, on a vacation somewhere, a little day trip, however you can do it. I am seeing water come through for you and the necessity for that. You may have Cancer in your chart because that was coming up very, very strong for Cancer. Or a partner may have Cancer, you know, that would apply. But the water energy, even just reconnecting to your element in whatever way really suits you in your current situation, okay? I know not everybody can just like take off and travel. It's going to help you creatively. It's going to heal your heart. And you're going to start to see a lot of joyful blessings and experiences come through, not just for you, but for your family in general. Family is really, really, really big for you this month. If you're having a hard time, let your family distract you a little bit. Go out to lunches, be on the phone, go visit a sibling if they live in another state, go see your parents, whatever, however that looks for you, Scorpio. Make sure you're incorporating family into whatever your process is this month too, because they will also bring you a lot of joy. Children, people are safe, okay? If you have concerns again about children, people are healing, people are safe. I just get this really, I get resolution, I get safety, and then the outcome is joy, okay? So this is like a really great energy to carry you through the month, even as you are still processing some difficult endings and situations. But I do think a lot of this pertains to love, especially this heart chakra card at the bottom of the deck. Although I am feeling it's like you're not necessarily at the beginning stage of that process if you've gone through a breakup. So you're not like day one of grieving somebody, but there's still some lingering things there, hence letting your past go. So let's look into this a little bit. Scorpio and love, March 2019. These cards are being very chaotic right now. Are emotions chaotic? Are thoughts feeling a little manic? Change is hard. Without a doubt, it's hard. But you're going to benefit, okay? Allow yourself to go through whatever process, whatever change is needed at this time. It is so good for you. Okay. Scorpio, March 2019. Yep. Healing family issues. I'm telling you, with regards to family, things are getting resolved. But there will also be some karmic issues showing up, especially for those of you in committed relationships. This is beautiful. This is really beautiful. For those of you who are committed, these karmic issues have come up, but you haven't gone your separate ways, okay? Or if there's a separation, it's not a permanent one, okay? It's time to come back together. It's time to regroup, and it's time to prioritize love and really work on these issues. Now, it doesn't mean that we can distract ourselves and pretend them away. I know that's not your thing anyway, okay? It could be somebody else's. Maybe there's somebody in your environment that doesn't really want to address deeper issues at hand. But the beautiful thing here is that I see resolution. Whatever the issue is, in relationships, yes, the resolution comes through very soon. Again, I really think some of you have Cancer in your chart because there are some similar messages coming through very powerfully for you both. They're very parallel messages. So you may be dealing with a Cancer. You might want to watch that reading, but feeling the healing family issues is being clarified by playfulness. Have fun when you're working on things with your partner. Keep it fun, keep it light. Yeah, you got to address some of the seriousness too. I get that. But you just don't want to be too serious this month because you might turn somebody off. A big message for Cancer was to play while reconnecting to water. For you, Scorpio, it's similar, especially if you are in a relationship with a Cancer. It's going to be incredibly important, not only just to reconnect to water. I'm really getting water for you guys with this card too. but you got to have fun, like silly fun. Let guards down, be vulnerable, fun. Yes. Okay, this is why, Scorpio. This is why you don't give up on partners this month, even if karmic issues become super challenging, even if they've been lingering, okay? Give your relationship a chance. This sits at the center of your reading. This is why we don't give up. This person is your true love. They love you, Scorpio. I know you still love them. They're just as loyal to you as you are. This is why you don't give up this month, okay? And you're gonna get that resolution soon. If it's like a something with like a family dynamic, but it's not a third party as in like someone stepping out of a relationship. Third party, it's like is someone creating issues, an in-law, your family, like extended family or something. It could be a friend. That's something you're going to want to rein in, okay? Because your current relationship is going to need for you to have really healthy boundaries. Being oblivious that, you know, your parent is disrespectful to your partner, or them being oblivious that that's happening toward you, that doesn't resolve anything. You know, someone, I'm feeling and I'm hearing these words, someone needs to take the blinders off. I don't think it's you, Scorpio. I think that you see things clear as day, which is probably why the resolution will come very soon, because no one's going to have to convince you to do it. I think you see that there have been some issues. It could be somebody else creating them, though. You're so aware. You understand their intentions. You know that even if it's not outright malicious, that it's interfering with your love life, especially for those of you in committed relationships. And you're just going to have to like either call them out or like just very bluntly, very with love, but just kind of forcing the partner to take their blinders off if you're going to be able to give your relationship a real shot. But because they're your true love, because this is a really big love for you, Scorpio, for those of you really truly in love right now, you'll get through it. But the way I think to kind of get them to let their guard down, to even have that conversation, because I'm feeling like, for example, if it's a family member, like a parent, and say it's your in-law, so your father-in-law isn't super respectful to you, and then you bring that up to your partner may have a really intact relationship with their father, and they're like, that's not true. Like, they're kind of defensive about it, and so you're going to have to be conscious of that resistance as you're communicating with your partner, like, look, I'm not sugarcoating this. They're actually incredibly disrespectful, and that hurts our relationship, and it's difficult, and I'm not dealing with that anymore. But I feel like the way you're going to do it is to have fun, especially if you're dealing with a Cancer. You still have the serious conversations balanced with a lot of fun, being really playful. I also see for some of you who are having issues with in-laws, I even see that being able to resolve soon too. But some direct communication is necessary, which may challenge you a little during the retrograde because there could be miscommunication. So make sure you don't get super reactive if someone's kind of stepping out of line. You just like snap at them, because then even though you're in the right, it may people might shut down a little bit, or you might kind of look like the bad guy. But in all honesty, Scorpio, like, it's very resolvable. For those of you in committed relationships, I see you guys getting past this as long as you are openly communicating. And if someone is communicating this to you, please have an open mind and an open heart toward them. Somebody, I'm feeling like somebody somewhere, and this will apply to more than just a few of you, somebody has had to stomach an outside party being kind of like disrespectful or overstepping boundaries. Maybe it's just they're just draining energy. They're a whole lot of love, but they show up unannounced or something, and you're just like, no. Or your partner's like, no, we have to get a hold on this. Like, I can't do this anymore. It's driving me crazy. And then, you know, then we have conflicts because of it or whatever. So take care of that this month. It'll get resolved. Yes, okay. So it all gets resolved, and this is your resolve. It gets resolved very soon. This playfulness, this open communication, consciously resolving karmic issues, it brings all that passion and that fun back that maybe you've been missing, okay, with your true love. This is a good partner for you. Now, for those of you where those messages don't apply because you're single, or you just got into a relationship, so you haven't really had the opportunity to meet families yet. There could be some karmic issues from the past showing up. That could be in the form of exes, and you may have to communicate with someone. Well, if you answer those phone calls and those texts from your ex, that's not within my boundaries of what I consider a healthy relationship to be. So you may be having those types of conversations. But I really see a fun month ahead for you. I actually see a lot of fun. Once you address this, whatever this issue is for you guys, this karmic thing that lingers, it's the conversation that always comes up, the issue that you've had a hard time resolving, or the issue that you stomach and you haven't like spoken up about. That's what is meant to come up during the retrograde this month. Do it soon. It's going to come up soon, whether you're ready for it or not. Prepare for that. But you heal your relationship, whether you're single, you're in it, and it's just brand new, or you've been together for a long time. You have more success in love if you have this playful, passionate energy instead of going too deep and too serious this month. There'll be a time and space for that depth for sure. This is not a superficial love that I'm seeing for you, Scorpio. Even if you're single, I don't see this manifesting in the form of a superficial love. I see this really being somebody you have a lot of love and a lot of passion for, a high-level soulmate, somebody absolutely worth fighting for, somebody absolutely worth staying open for. But for those of you, again, you've kind of been going through the ringer a little bit, commit to fun, commit to passion. And it's like all of the issues, once you address them, once you communicate, you work through it, they go away. They actually go away, even if you don't think that's possible right now. Let's get you a crowning card. Okay. Yeah, I'm really feeling Cancer for you guys. Cancer had this. Okay, so the spiritual, religious connection that you have, I'm feeling spiritual for you, Scorpio. It crowns your reading. This person, this true love, this beautiful human that you want to keep working out a relationship with. You guys have such a deep spiritual connection. If you're single, you have somebody coming in who you have a deep spiritual connection with as well. It is probably a high-level soulmate for you. Yes, heart-to-heart conversations are going to be key here. Again, came up for Cancer. There's definitely some crossover here between Scorpio and Cancer. So make sure you watch that if the connection to Cancer applies. But the spiritual connection is why you have very intact chemistry. If you're single, somebody's going to sweep you off your feet. They may have already, okay? And they may be in the process of it. If you've been single for a while and you just met somebody new, this is what they're trying to do for you. They're trying to sweep you off your feet, and I really think you're feeling it. If the passion is intact and the playfulness, you guys are golden this month, okay? Because for so many of you, this person is your true love. So stay positive. Don't be afraid to communicate. These conversations, it's like what I'm getting for you, that's showing up at the bottom of the deck. It's like someone needs to have a conversation, and yet they don't like the confrontation of it. And it doesn't have to be super confrontational, Don't bury it. If it's you, Scorpio, don't bury whatever that is. Just like get it out there, deal with it, move on with bigger and better love, and have a really fun rest of the month. If your partner comes to you, and even if they're like a little reactive and it's just like bubbling over, and try not to get defensive. Try to understand that the reason they didn't bring this to your attention was actually out of love, because they were trying to tolerate like a family member, a friend, somebody that was like really irritating. It was really difficult for them, but they didn't want to hurt your feelings. Recognize that there's love in the fact that they tried to bury that for you, and vice versa. If you're cross-watching, it was done out of love. There's nothing malicious there. I don't see big secrets or anything being hidden. As soon as you get this up and out and you communicate, especially with that love at the core and compassion, giving and receiving of that compassion, this is like what the rest of your month looks like. You've got this true love, right? Remember, we had joy crowning the rest of the reading. So the one obstacle, you move past it, and you have an incredibly blessed month ahead. Scorpio, thank you so much for being here. I'm always so grateful to connect to you. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I will be back on March 15th for your mid-month love reading. We'll get a little bit more clarity then. We'll check in. But in the meantime, I'm sending you so much love, light, and gratitude. And if you'd like to get a personal reading with me, healing work done with me, reach out as well, okay? I'm available for that this month. I will see you guys back here soon, Scorpio. Love you guys.